welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I am Dominion Adeyanju. First, the headline. Federal government introduces digital-focused curriculum as Kogi unveils education reforms. Kogi's revenue hits historic high as IGR leaps to 3 billion naira monthly. Premier League clubs smash records as 2025 summer transfer window closes. Now the news in detail. The federal government has unveiled a new academic curriculum for schools across Nigeria beginning in September 2025. The initiative is aimed at reducing the academic burden on learners while equipping them with the skills to thrive in a fast-evolving global economy. According to the Federal Ministry of Education, the revised curriculum integrates digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and practical learning into classroom teaching, ensuring the students acquire relevant skills for modern-day challenges. Under the restructured learning system, the number of subjects has been streamlined across primary and secondary education levels. Pupils in primary 1 to 3 will now take 9 to 11 subjects. Those in primary 4 to 6 will take 10 to 12 subjects. Junior secondary school students will study 12 to 14 subjects, while senior secondary school students will focus on 8 to 9 subjects. For technical schools, students will take between 9 and 11 subjects to balance core academics with hands-on skills training. Meanwhile, the Kogi State government has announced sweeping reforms aimed at easing financial burdens on parents and restoring discipline in the education sector. Tosin Toluwaloju has the report.
The State Commissioner for Education, Honorable Wemi Jones, disclosed the measures at a meeting with education stakeholders in Lokoja, stating that signing out ceremonies in tertiary institutions have been banned with immediate effect. Similarly, annual graduation ceremonies in primary and secondary schools will be replaced with speech and prize giving days. Formal graduation will only be permitted after the completion of senior secondary school examinations in both private and public secondary schools in the state. According to Jones, the changes are designed to reduce the social excesses associated with frequent celebrations and to promote a more cost-effective school system in the state. He urged stakeholders to familiarize themselves with and support the full implementation of the Kogi State Education Law of 2020, which he said contains rules and regulations that governs education sector in the state. The commissioner further announced a ban on conversion of textbooks into workbooks, adding that parents are now expected to provide notebooks or exercise books for assignment so that textbooks can be preserved and reused by siblings or students in successive classes. Jones also demanded strict compliance with other state regulations, including mandatory participation in government-organized mock examinations, warning that any school that fails to sit for the compulsory mock examination will not have its students cleared for the senior secondary examination by the West African Examination Council, WAEC. He emphasized that the government's broader goals include reducing the number of out-of-school children, improving education quality, and integrating information and communication technology (ICT) into teaching and learning. The commissioner appealed to private school proprietors, parent teachers associations, and all stakeholders in the education sector to support the vision of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo of a disciplined and affordable education system for all in the state. Tosin Toluwaloju, reporting for Lugard TV.
Moving on, Kogi State has achieved a significant milestone in revenue generation with its internally generated revenue rising from 750 million naira to 3 billion naira monthly. The chairman of the Kogi State Internal Revenue Service, Ali Uenehe, revealed this at a stewardship and accountability forum organized by the correspondent chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Lokoja. And he explained that when he assumed office in November 2021, the state's monthly IGR stood at just 750 million naira. Through reforms, improved tax administration, and harmonization of land use charges and ground rents, the agency has grown the figure to 3 billion naira and now targets 4 billion naira monthly. He noted that the service has also intensified efforts to curb illegal revenue collection, particularly on highways, but admitted that resistance from some local government officials remains a major challenge. The KJIRS boss disclosed that consultants are now being engaged to handle revenues from forestry, produce and haulage, ensuring collections are made only at loading points. He also highlighted improvements in staff welfare with annual promotions and regular training boosting efficiency and productivity. The News Roundup is coming to you on Lugard TV. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
On January 27, 2024, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo became the 5th executive governor of Kogi State, signaling a new era of development. His vision was clear: to foster sustainable development, prioritize the needs of the people, and promote unity among the state's diverse communities. In the education sector, Governor Ododo's administration has improved schools, provided scholarships for students, and prioritized teachers' welfare. The governor has built and revamped several primary healthcare centers across the state and equipped them with modern facilities. Under Governor Ododo's leadership, Kogi State has witnessed improved security and enhanced collaboration among its diverse communities. Governor Ododo's commitment to economic empowerment is also noteworthy. His administration has launched programs to promote entrepreneurship, particularly among young people in the agricultural sector. His administration has boosted food security by providing modern farming tools, fertilizers, and support for smallholder farmers. Kogi State stands stronger, united, and ready to take on the future under the administration of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo.
Welcome back. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has directed commissioners, political appointees, and top government officials to immediately return to their local government areas in a renewed push for grassroots governance and to drive massive mobilization of people in the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Victoria Stephen has more.
The directive is contained in a circular issued by the Secretary to the Government of Kogi State, Dr. Folashade Arike Ayoade, which takes effect from Monday, September 1st, 2025. According to the circular, the highest-ranking government official in each local government area will serve as coordinator of the mobilization exercise, while other appointees are expected to actively engage at the ward level. The directive added that at the conclusion of the exercise, every official is mandated to submit a detailed report highlighting the number of newly registered voters across wards and local government areas in the state. Governor Ododo emphasized that governance must no longer be seen as an affair limited to the state capital. He reiterated that his administration is committed to ensuring government's presence at the grassroots, making officials more accessible, responsive, and accountable to the people they serve. The directive further stipulates that no appointee may leave their assigned local government area during this period without written approval from the Secretary to the state government. Non-compliance, the circular warned, will attract disciplinary action. Victoria Stephen reporting for Lugard TV.
Special advisor on media to the Kogi State Governor Honorable Ismaila Issa says Kogi State is on a trajectory of progress, expressing optimism that the coming years will be better under the leadership of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. Honorable Issa made this known while speaking during a public lecture organized by the Nigerian Post newspaper to commemorate the 34th anniversary of the creation of Kogi State. He noted that with the implementation of the state's 32-year development plan and ongoing effort to give it a legal framework, Kogi is firmly on the path of growth and development. According to him, the state has been ranked high in terms of citizens' access to health insurance coverage, while the state's free education policy has remained on track, enhancing human capital development indicators. The media had further explained that the state's budget process is open and participatory, with citizens, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders contributing to the making of the public documents.
Within the tenure of this administration, you've already seen visible signs of some of the progress that we're making. Just last year, you remember that during the budget presentation by His Excellency, he decided that there was going to be legislative backing for the state's 32-year development plan, which is already in action, and there's been a lot of traction with respect to some of the critical infrastructure projects that we're doing. The emphasis is to focus on connecting our communities because of our interest in agriculture and opening up access to rural roads, and also ensuring that we provide access to healthcare, affordable healthcare as a matter of fact. Just a few weeks ago, you saw the report where Kogi was ranked as the highest in the number of people with access to health insurance coverage. So it's not our report, it is something that came from Statisense, and we are not in the making.
He added that youth and women inclusion in governance, as well as the involvement of persons living with disabilities in government policies and programs, remains a key priority of the Ododo-led administration. Honorable Issa also pointed out that Kogi is one of the few states in Nigeria with 3 state-owned universities, which has created more access to education for young people. The governor's spokesman dismissed claims of lopsidedness in appointments, noting that appointees cut across all wards with 3 ward senior assistants, including a female appointed in each of the 239 wards, alongside other aides at local government and federal constituency levels. The House of Representatives Committee on Healthcare Services has applauded the Kogi state government under Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo for its growing investment and reforms in the primary healthcare sector. The commendation was given in Lokoja by the committee chairman, Honorable Amos Magaji, during a visit to evaluate the state of primary healthcare service delivery and the implementation of the basic healthcare provision fund as part of the committee's oversight functions. Magaji, who led other members of the committee to the state, praised the Ododo-led administration for revitalizing hundreds of primary healthcare centers, paying a full year's premium upfront for the state health insurance scheme, and for increasing the annual allocation to the health sector in the state's budget. He urged the government to recruit more health personnel to strengthen service delivery at the grassroots. The lawmaker also extended condolences to the government and people of Kogi State over the passing of the governor's father, Alhaji Ahmed Momo Sani, and prayed for God to grant him internal rest. Earlier, the Deputy Governor of the state, Comrade George Salifu, who received members of the committee on behalf of Governor Ododo, expressed appreciation for the committee's visit and assured that the state government is fully committed to leveraging on federal health initiatives to provide accessible and quality healthcare services for its citizens. He noted that Governor Ododo is making deliberate effort to recruit more health workers while ensuring that state-owned tertiary institutions introduce and secure accreditation for health-related courses to train future personnel for the sector. Earlier, Kogi State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Abdulaziz Adams, said the administration has already revitalized over 70 primary health centers across the state. He added that Governor Ododo has approved over 1 billion naira as counterpart funding for the basic health care provision fund to ensure improved functionality of health facilities. Also speaking, the chairman of the State House of Assembly Committee on Health, Usman Uchide, pledged legislative support to the executive arm of government to strengthen healthcare services in the state. Moving on to sports, the 2025 Premier League summer transfer window has officially closed with an unprecedented £3 billion spent by English clubs, setting a new all-time record. This figure surpasses the previous £2.36 billion mark set in 2023 and exceeds the combined spending of Europe's other top leagues, cementing the Premier League's dominance in the global transfer market. Liverpool led the frenzy, splashing £415 million, including a British record £125 million signing of Alexander Isak from Newcastle and a £116 million deal for Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal followed with £255 million spent on stars like Victor Gyökeres and Eberechi Eze, while Chelsea invested in £285 million to bring in Joao Pedro, Liam Delap and Jorel Hato as they aim to return to the title contention. Tottenham and Manchester United also made major moves, with Spurs landing Xavi Simons, Mohamed Kudus and João Palhinha on loan, while United completed deals for Benjamin Sesko, Brahim Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha and a deadline swoop for teenage sensation Samians. One of the biggest deadline day headlines saw Isak's switch to Liverpool and Johan Wissa's £55 million move from Brentford to Newcastle, finalised after intense negotiations. Sunderland shocked the league with a £162 million investment on 13 new players, while Burnley and Leeds United each spent around £100 million, signalling fierce competition ahead of the new Premier League season. And that is on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I am Dominion Adeonjo. Thank you for staying with us.